All right, we're back. We're back, and we're going to talk about that. I was just talking about I did a Google on my name.
We didn't really go anywhere.
And I found the same exact Richard Heaney.
The exact Richard Heaney?
The name.
You're back.
Spelling. 1653 in England. I didn't think there was anyone. I thought I was the only one. They're telling me reincarnation is possible. I do believe that.
That's a tutor.
Now, do I travel through time? You know?
You are now.
Through time. And
you
say
would
you
skip
die,
through time.
Your consciousness leaves. You enter another body. Talk about that.
And there's nothing to say that your soul, if needing a lesson that you didn't complete this life, doesn't drop you in 1510, because there's something there that will solve its dilemma for the evolvement of the soul.
Oh, so now you're getting more complicated. You're saying I got to go back in time?
No.
Time. It's all now. It's all now. It's all.
Everything happens simultaneously. There is no timeline.
1510?
This body is made this way to experience something called time. So the experiences can be learned in a linear fashion. It's also done so you have this experience separated from the rest of your wholeness. So you can focus on family, so you can focus on trust, so you can focus on determination. So I mean, there are so many things that we as human beings, and one of the big flaws I had with Christianity is that we've got one life to do it. How can you understand the totality of the human experience in one life? And the thing is, when you go back to the Council of Nicaea in 325, all of those references to reincarnation, almost all of them, were stripped out of the books. And so Christianity was neutered then and there. It just,
I think it's impossible to have one life. Because of what I know about energy, it can't be.
It doesn't go anywhere.
Nor destroyed.
Yeah,
but it can be colored.
Okay,
but it can change. It
evolves.
I mean, I look at a match. Before a match was made, it was sulfur. Before that, it was part of a tree, cardboard or wood.
Okay.
You light the thing, okay?
And it's heat and light.
It's heat, and you watch that transformation, okay? And then it dissipates into the air. You've got your ashes, and the energy is still there.
Oh, yeah.
It just gets transferred from one state to the next.
Right, exactly.
So when we started talking about that a few months back, I did some research on my great-grandfather.
The Richard Heaney you Googled up?
Right. No, Richard told me.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
This is quite interesting.
Yes. My great-grandfather, he died 3 years prior to me being born. Scott said something very interesting. It's always gotten me curious since I've heard that. And that is, if you die, and then like that match, you burn a match, where does the energy go? It's just transformed. Then you said, the soul finds another
entry point.
Okay?
Yeah.
And that I believe. I believe that. And I do believe, and after all the research I've done on my great-grandfather, I believe that was me. Now, I know that sounds crazy.
No, it doesn't.
But when you look, and you read about this guy and the memories that I had as I'm looking through these through literature, one of them pulled me in, just pulled me into the page, and I found myself, the page kind of skewed and turned. I was getting these images, and I thought, am I going crazy? And I felt like I had no control over that, you know.
That's okay. Let go.
I did.
Yeah, let go.
I did.
It's the only way to experience this, by letting go.
And I do want to pick up on that research. And I think we can make a connection on that.
Oh, definitely.
But how could one human being just have that one life?
How can all of us just have one life?
Yeah, I mean, look at us.
We're all a piece of the I am. What I've learned is the Tashatam energy. It infuses these lower worlds. I mean, it is the grasshopper, it is the blade of grass, and we personify that energy that our soul uses here, and it's that personification that becomes our identification. It becomes the Heaney family. It becomes the Stevens
so going
family.
back to the roads, the planes.
But the I am, again, it's I am that pen, I am that shirt, I am this body, I am this person, I am that screen. I am in everything, and everything is me.
That's a recognition.
Okay, so what about the roads?
The roads?
Well,
we're talking cyclically.
We've all been down those roads.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've all been down those roads.
And you said, which I don't know that I agree or disagree yet, but you're saying the reason why you repeat those because you haven't learned. But what if you're not supposed to learn anything out of that, and you're supposed to go through those anyway?
That's a
That's a
possibility.
possibility.
Yeah,
I didn't
that's a
say that's
possibility.
not.
Okay.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
agree with
that's a
that 100%.
possibility.
Okay, so then, if my great-grandfather then, who pretty much lived the same kind of life and was the same character I am,
But how did you...
am I the same character every time I come back?
your character is the same. How your character changes from life to life to life is the measurement, the metric.
Exactly.
So then my reality was that same reality back then. It's a whole different reality. And going back
It
again,
is
It's a different reality.
if I had 100 problems, so-called problems, I don't like saying problems, I say opportunities. If I had 100...
Maybe your grandfather wouldn't have seen that subtlety between problem and opportunity.
Correct.
And that
Right,
was...
and
that,
you
that's-
learned.
And you learned.
And now
Maybe that was the purpose of this whole
Mhm.
life for you,
Yeah.
was to see problems and
Already got it.
opportunities.
maybe you
And so
already
maybe
are.
back then, my great-grandfather didn't
Just
get
saw
that.
problems.
Yeah,
Now that's a possibility.
that's a really good
That's a potential.
That's, yeah.
That's a possibility.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see that happening.
Yeah.
So what about you, Cyrus?
Yeah. Who knows?
It's not Cyrus, it's Osiris.
Who knows?
Osiris.
The problem is to get out of Earth.
Yeah.
To be done with the lower worlds, to be done with
Yeah.
your attachments to the material realm. And the
Mhm.
only way to do that is not to be attached to anything. You have to completely
That's right.
detach and let go.
It's all about letting
No,
go.
you're not invested in anything. You're not invested in weather research. You're not invested in your family.
And you're not invested in this
anything.
body. This
Yeah, you
body.
gotta let go of it all.
Yeah, it's not about the body. It's not
other-
about
What do you
any of
live
this
for?
stuff.
You live for
What are you living for?
You're living to
The I am.
be the I am. You are.
Are you
the
living to raise your
realization.
kids? Are you living
No,
to
no,
get
no,
a
no.
Beamer? Are you living for...
Oh,
Definitely none of
that.
I mean, kids are the biggest illusion that we have to go through. They're not your kids.
I have a beautiful son
Mhm.
who came through and became, at some level, he agreed at soul level to be with me as my son. I mean, we've probably done this
To help each
who
other.
knows how many times. But we're here to help one another grow
Mhm.
in our own experiences. I'm not his, he's not mine. But we all together, each and every one of us, are the I am.
Well, you should have had a DNA check.
See, that's the physical.
Yeah,
That's
again.
the physical.
Getting this piece together a little bit easier now. It looks like then life does cycle through.
Mhm.
We never really die.
No, no,
So
no.
are you saying
it's
that I
an
could have
illusion.
been, say, a dinosaur at one time?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely. It's
You
still the
could-
I am
you could
energy.
have been any of this
Okay.
energy.
Still the I am energy. And
That
because the one thing
plant.
that is rarely talked about in any of these metaphysical, these philosophical, is the devolution. As we de-evolve and come down, we come down from the perfection, from the one. And each time we drop a level, we gain a sheath. We gain a body. We gain the mental body. We gain the causal body. We gain the emotional body. We get the physical body.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's this whole de-evolution. We come to human, then we go to animal, then we go to mineral or plant, and then to mineral.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, we're just two elements. And then from the elemental kingdom, the beautiful diamonds, the beautiful quartz, the foundation for all of the other life to live on,
Yeah.
you become plant. You get that third element. You get animal. You get the fourth element. You come to human. You get the fifth element, the
Okay.
ether.
Yeah.
And then you begin to return back. So it's, again, it's a
It's a
grand
cycle.
cycle. But it takes trillions of lives to do it.
All right, but listen, T-Rex.
Mm-hmm. Ah!
T-Rex, old T-Rex, okay? He didn't know. T-Rex did not know what
No,
you're saying.
no.
T-Rex had no conception of time.
No, it was just
So
an
what you're
experience.
saying is,
Right, it was an
it's
just an experience.
We layer all of these experiences,
Mm-hmm.
and we are what we are, which would help explain then why we have all this stuff in the past 100 years that we've got.
Do you not, kids fighting and the selfishness over the greedy, I want this, that is no different from the birds in the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, squabbling over a worm or squabbling,
Yeah.
I mean, that's where it comes from. It comes from that squabbling from when we were animal. But we're still animal. We're just the top of the animal kingdom.
Yeah.
We just have to seek above us.
I'm hungry for a hamburger.
Sounds good.
Oh,
This
wow,
T-Rex
let's
needs
go.
a Coke.